everyone. Welcome back to another live. Welcome, my beautiful souls. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It To You Straight. We are live, and we under the new moon. Well, almost here in the United States, of course. It'll be happening in just about 20 minutes or so, or a little bit, depending on where you're at. If you're already enjoying this new moon, remember, no need to take action. It's like watering a seed. So this time remain calm, pause. All right. And so the energy means reset. The energy is truth. And no more repeating the same love cycles, the same patterns. Today we're going to clear out what's done and calling out what's real and setting those intentions. Of course, I welcome you. So this new moon is happening in the powerful sign of Capricorn. Happy birthday to a Capricorn. It is Happy Blessed Sunday, January 18th. Okay, this grounded energy. This is intentional, goal-oriented. So make sure that you start aligning yourself with love that is mutual, safe, and aligned with your highest goals, your intentions, all right? Let's lower those expectations and let's just raise our vibration, all right? So that new moon is where all awareness, it goes inwards. All right. All those intentions, they turn into change. All awareness inwards. This is the phase to start this new cycle, which means it's not visible because it's aligned with the sun, which makes it less about action and more about intention. So this is not the time to force any outcomes. Okay. It is to choose to plant those seeds for the future that you want to see ahead. All right. This is about a renewal and ending the old patterns. So if you are ready, release all emotional weights, commit to what supports your growth and long-term, of course, anything long-term. So that is what is happening, my friends. All right. So remember, this new moon sets the tone for the next 28 days. So if you stay unconscious here, all patterns will definitely repeat themselves. And if you get really honest, new paths will open for you, but it's up to you. So enjoy the sacred pause, sacred reset, and then we'll move into the waxing crescent and the energy for the next 7 days. I'll be explaining a little bit at a time here. So welcome back. Welcome back with this new moon energy that is upon us. All right. I have what's this tea and I have romance angels. All right. A little bit of romance angels. I can't. Welcome back. I have a little bit of what's the tea for those that like a little drama, see what's going on, something hot brewing. All right, there's always something brewing. They're fun and full of exposure, so come on in and enjoy this space, knowing that you're safely protected here. And if you want clarity, all right, there is no fantasy, and this is not about fear, and it's about a moment of truth and clarity, all right? If this is the kind of lives that you like, if you like heart-centered guidance, like the video, like this live, and subscribe if you are new, if you feel inspired to do so. All right? This is not a wish moment. This is not a hope. This is to get honest about what you're willing and what are you available for. All right? This is when you start repeating those same cycles and start choosing better. All right? Those trumpets of healing, those intentions need for you to sound, to activate. All right? So, and drop in the chat if you like the energy of truth and what you choose now matters. All right. Drop a new moon emoji, a heart in the chat. Drop it like it's hot. And so, yeah, set that new moon love ritual if you haven't already. All right. Create a sacred heart space for yourself. Light a pink or a white candle. All right. Take a few moments. Take some some slow deep breaths, and soft energy. Open your heart to safety, truth, and divine timing. Release all love energy. Write down past disappointments, the fears that you have. All right, when it comes to love and emotional energy and in emotional courts. All right, if you're ready to the solemn, place your hand, listen, say things. You're going to have to get into that energy, all right? Release love that no longer serves you. Okay, tear it up, burn it, bury it, fold it away, but clear that energy yesterday. All right. So heart clearing breath. Those you inhale deeply and you imagine this soft pink light. You exhale. You imagine the heaviness leaving your chest. Release, release. Repeat that a couple of times. All right. Write your love intention. Keep it pure, not specific to any person, right? Because you want to be surprised by the universe, right? When you align yourself, when you're not trying to do it from your own ego, all right, from your own intellect, you don't leave room for the universe. Stop trying to control any outcomes, all right? Remember that you want to be met with consistency, emotional available love. You know, love flows towards you with ease and respectfully. Choose relationships that nourish your soul. All right. If you like it chaotic, it's going to be chaotic. If you like it smooth, for those one that are looking for healing. All right. Especially under this new moon. All right. Just hold your heart. Feel that vibration in your heart. All right. Release past love with gratitude. All right. Open up to safety and trust. A love that's honest, consistent, and mutual. Okay. What it meant for you is going to flow to you easily. All right. Pray. Call in love that honors your heart, your body, your mind, your spirit. Release longer than trust alignment. All right. What it meant for you recognizes you just know these things. All right. Get into a little bit of, little ritual. All right. Get that heart and reset, that soul alignment. Okay. Call in love that's deep in itself. Love for yourself or renew and exist in a bond. Anything here. All right. So for the next day, speak kindly to yourself. Avoid chasing energy and let love approach you. All right. May this new moon bring you gentle clarity, deep love, and beautiful alignment. And remember, you attract love by being fully yourself. All right. Said those affirmation, chant it, mantra it, however you want to do it. Pray about it. All right. But it's time to pause and it's to clear between intention and manifestation. All right. So let's go ahead with the I'm going to go ahead with the romance angels. All right. If you want something a little bit more specific that is aligned with your sacred vibration, ask for that. Ask for the romance angel, the mystic love, the sea oracles, mindful message, past life. Let's go ahead also zodiac signs as we get into the romance, little romance. And then we're going to get a little bit into what's the tea and understanding how you create a new space. All right. Pause. Clear. Intention and decisions here. And remember, as the moon is growing, so is your power to create the life that you want. All right. No more chasing. Let love come to you. All right. These are the techniques that you should do. All right. The stars and the cars, they will come together and give you some clarity. And this is what I do here as my brain moves with this consciousness. Let's go ahead. Love, romance, for all 12 zodiac signs, romance angels, oldie but a goodie. Aries through Pisces. One more. If you have a question, come on in, ask your love and finance questions. Here we go, one more. Light your candle, hold your chest, get a crystal charge. Whatever you have to do, do what you have to do to help yourself. Love yourself into evolution, okay? One more. At your peace of proving a point, I withdraw my energy with clarity and self-respect. Set those boundaries, okay? Empower your presence. Speak up. If you have a problem speaking up, all right? Practice, makes perfect. Here we go. One more. Aries through Pisces. Here we go. As we tap into the great, powerful, divine spirit of all there is, who enlightens the life and animates all things. We are ready with the romance angels, and then we're going to tap into... Oh, my cup is falling. Let me put this over here. Believe in yourself, faith in what you do, strength and courage. You got it. Let's go ahead here. Aries, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So what are you going to do? All right. I want to tie it, but not specifically to the new moon. All right. But if you've been going with this unrequited love, a person that's, giving you emotional crumbs just a little bit, all right, when to pull away your energy. Now is the great moment to do so, because you don't want to carry this energy, this darkness with you to the next cycle. It's going to be, and just know your toxic traits when you're overgiven. All right. So a lot of times when you get the Queen of Cups here, she's telling you to find your strength. Uh, you get emotional clarity. Don't overgive. Don't overextend. Uh, this is an emotional, intelligent, intuitive energy. So, you know, learning to self-containment is very important. So the universe asks you to love without overgiving, feel deeply without self-abandonment, and receive instead of chase. All right. This connection could evolve, but only if both people arise. Both of you must arise at the same conclusion. All right. When you get that moment of clarity, express your love. Taurus, go ahead and make that romantic gesture. All right. Uh, Listen. Even if we avoid clarity, the universe pushes truth forward anyway. So it's gonna push that truth. All right. So if you choose honesty, alignment, that'll deepen your alignment. All right. No more emotional breadcrumbs. Okay. Not settle for those things. And let's go ahead to this. Could be the one, Gemini. You already met the romantic partner that you seek. Okay. That's what your romance angels are telling you in this oracle. Children, Cancer, your love life is being affected by children. You could have children, they could have children, no children, wanting children, more children, but children are a factor here. How to find that time alone. All right. How to reconnect back. All right. So you want a love that mirrors what you have to offer. You want honesty. So avoid any confusion. All right. So use your emotional intelligence and the loving energy. Learn how to self-contain again, because you do get that Queen of Cups. That is your energy. So know if the connection is clear, is real, but it requires a choice. So stand in front of them and ask them these questions. Don't predict. Don't assume. Your person is not a mind reader. All right. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday together. If you don't want more children, great, say that. That is for Leo. All right. Enjoy this beautiful holiday together. Wedding, this situation involves a marriage for you. Virgo. Free yourself. It is time to take your control back of your life. And this is for Scorpio. Playfulness. Libra, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to fun and shine. Separation for you. No, I think I did it. I did it backwards. Yep. Anyway, this is for Sagittarius. The time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I did it backwards. I put Scorpio first. Hi, may I have a reading? You could ask a question. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and this is for Capricorn. Forgiving and learning for you, Aquarius. As you release and heal the past, you experience more of love in the present moments, Aquarius. Forgiving is really hard for us. All right. It's hard for us to do. So just take a moment, learn, just write things down if you can't really express them. All right. Well, you have Venus in your house. So Aquarius, you'll be able to, find the inspiration in that energy. All right. And Pisces, attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay. So that is the energy for the romance angels. I'm going to end it with what's the tea? I love the romance angels. I love what those high vibrational beneficial beings have to unleash the power. All right, that it's within us already. So understanding the high vibrational beings is a very powerful energy. As you get into this relaxed state, you get this thought pack forms. This embedded information is available to you. Especially Must be in the spirit of gratitude. You must be in the spirit. At least get into the spirit of gratitude, even when you don't like it. When I have to be so grateful, yeah, be grateful for the lessons that you get to experience these things. Leela, how you doing? Lee's current feelings towards me and his future actions towards me. Let's find out what they are. I would also like to give you some triggers and what is, when you respond to them, because are you with this person? Because you've been going through this cycle on and on and on. And I know it's hard, you know, you're not understanding the new moon, and that's going to cost you a lot of time. But I'm not here to, well, of course, the cards, the energy that's around, to tell you what to do, because that's not what it's about. You reflecting what's already happening. So as I help you, align, okay? So you can understand the new moon here and turn that awareness inward. But that is up to you, all right? So how long you been with this person? You got a break? You got a break from them? All right? How to amplify your trust, your intuition, your voice, stepping into your higher purpose here, right? A mirror moment, reflecting about what you want to say, the signals of alignment. So understanding, what helps you sprout, move forward in this energy, okay? So let's review some things to you as we move forward. All right, let's see. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get everything together here for you. Let's go ahead. For no reason. We got breakup for no reason, huh? Nothing. You didn't do anything. Just the universe decided you guys needed a time. You were too toxic. And toxic, you got to know your toxic traits, all right? For no reason. He ghosted. Or you go, who left who? All right, how long do you stay away? Let's find out here what's going on, all right? Let's see what's the problem here with you, Leela. And you got to break the universe. So let me separate these two so they could get doing what they're supposed to do. All right, one more. Yeah, it's always something in our head. We're not here alone. That's what you need to understand. When you start understanding that. Here we go, one more. Thank you. For Leela. Thank you. All right. Let's see here, Leela. I'm going to go in the middle, then I'm going to go on the top. All right, so there's a break. They're thinking about coming back after a period of rest. So you kept, there was a nag here. All right? Nag. All right? They're busy. They thinking about you. I don't know if this was about marriage. It's always about marriage, all right? Because the energy here is the Hierophant, Plutonic. Maybe you wanted to have a marriage and they wanted to keep things platonic. All right? Or they could be emotionally. There's something here when something feels stagnant. Maybe your person felt like, because you got 2 4s here. All right? Or there's stability. All right? It's all about the stability. All right? So you go from 4 to a 5. You got this Knight of One that's excited, enthusiasm. They lose the enthusiasm because when you mention this, we all scared of commitment and nagging. All right? But they're coming back. Give them, how long ago? The 8 days? 4 days? 8 days? All right? They might be confused here, but the Hierophant, there could be money, okay? It could be a fear commitment, not be able to choose something unconsciously they said, all right? So it's about working with this energy here, the counterpart, all right? They got to understand their own energy in order to understand how do you see our future. You got the 8 of Wands, but then we all go through this confusion. So you could expect another delay when we go into the full moon or the walks. It's positive. You're not understanding. You're not taking anything. You just want to know when they're gonna commit. All right. They could be afraid of commitment here. All right. They like to do things. They don't want to feel. Nobody wants to feel. You see it here. All right. So if I was to tell you something, they probably thinking about you because they excited here. But as soon as you mention this commitment or this marriage or how long, there's something here that you're asking them that they're not ready for. All right. They still got some things that they want to do. All right. And we all have goals, things that we want to take care of. The Hierophant's energy is having tools or not having the tools or not having the money. All right, you got to understand that when people are in that energy where they try to find themselves or they feel like their personality is very upbeat, they like doing things, you know? They still got this crazy side. They want to fulfill something here. All right? Maybe they religious, or it could be your religious belief. It could be their religious belief. Their beliefs are different from yours, all right? So that energy here, they could be concerned about money, appearances here, all right? There could be a time for them to relax, to spend time alone. So yeah, this energy is still good because it's a stable kind of energy, but this one has a tack, 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 and this one stays on her head a lot, but this one demands compliance. There are rules here. There are rules here, so you must comply with these. You got to understand energy here. This is like the page of wands, but they ready. But the problem is here when things get stagnant, when there's too much, all right, they got to work on their pace. Meet somewhere, find the middle ground here, all right, because you don't have no sixes. All right, you can't go 4, 5, and then the 6. You go straight to the 8. You got to put the effort now. You got to do this now. It's like a rush kind of energy. No, people need time to unwind. Maybe they got money problems here, which is always the case. What job? Maybe they have a lot of things working that they working on. All right. So what the cards advising you here with hard work and dedication here, but effort, staying consistent. All right. So when you get this energy like this, it's like the core message is this is a kind of passion, all right? So maybe follow your inspiration. Let them follow them, what is meant for you, right? You take action accordingly. How much, too much my energy. Yeah, all right? So take the first steps without overthinking, all right? And explore something that you want to say. Find what lights you up. Even if it's unfamiliar, find something here that lights you up, all right? Because here you expecting somebody to tell you something that they're not sure of. You understand me? Hey, Valentine. You expecting this person telling you to tell you something good. All right? We all got feelings. It's that we stay too much. Like when something gets stagnant or I'm not giving enough credit. There's something here about, the credit, the things that I put out. This energy withdraws from life when things start feeling not alive. I need some more stimulus. This is about being stimulated. This is about being on fire. I don't want to get stuck in rigidity. I'm not ready for this. All right. So this is, flirt with them. This is a flirty kind of energy. Do something to get, them going. Show some action, interest. I don't know if you're planning to reach out to them, right? This connection is still exciting, but it's developing. So let it develop naturally without putting so much restrictions. This is I gotta do this. You understand that, all right? So if there was any lack of direction where it was going, all right? If there's any blockages or delays here, okay? How to reconnect with what excites you, all right? The spark isn't gone here, all right? It's just pause. This is a reset. It could be the moon. You got to understand that. All right? The spark isn't gone. It's just a pause at the moment. This is a pause at the moment. All right? So there's something here there's a curious energy here. All right? Because look what you got here. All right? And then you go back to this confusion. Know your moon cycles. Know when to express. Know to be quiet. Don't move too fast. This energy, I want it now. I want instant gratification. I got to know everything. You get very excited. You got to learn you're enthusiastic. Where do you fire all this energy to? Not to put it in one position. This is a surrender kind of energy. You got 2 8s and you got two 4s. Understand the energy that you could breathe too much. How to carry that energy and make it last. Momentum. It takes time. Slow approach here. All right? This is action fused by clarity. So understand how to be more clear, more direct, discerning. Where do I like clarity at? All right? So basically here for both of you, your soul is nudging you to begin, not to, try to master something here. All right? It's like I'm trying to be a master at something I love. Love is unpredictable. Love is free. Love is the freedom to be myself, to my own choices. When it goes into conformity, it gets rigid, it gets stuck. All right? With that being said, I hope it helped you in some way, shape, or form. All right, withdraw your energy with clarity and self-respect. Release what no longer deserves my effort. Stop engaging where effort is no longer possible. Step back and preserve your strength here. All right, be clear about what you want and why you want this person, why you want this. All right, love is free. Love should be free, not stuck in this conventional. This is an unconventional kind of energy here. We live in a society with culture. We get culturized. All right, Cancer woman and Gemini man. Hey, Valentine. All right, so understand to step back, right? So, all right, there's blessings here at the end of the day, okay? You got blessings coming in. When you get back with this person, you know how they're gonna respond. It's up to you. It's what do you think they're gonna say next? All right. So there's nothing to be alarmed about. They still excited. All right. Maybe in 8 days, maybe in 4. You got 2, 4, 8. All right. It could go anywhere from 4, 8, or 13 days. I don't know if because the queens that represent the 13. All right. So it could be 13 days, 4. All right. So don't worry about it. All right. You got another 4 on top of that. All right. So with that being said, all right. Understanding your new moon, but I'm not going to even get, because, I mean, I don't think people really understand how the moon affects the decisions, our emotions, all right? How we navigate through those. All right. You don't have to worry about it. Just relax. Just step back and, you know, I like it because you're not at a 9. You're not at a 9. And a 9 is where they're gonna pause. They're not because they now I'm scared. Now I gotta step back. All right. Now I'm really like, you know, wounded. And so now that's not the energy that you got. You're not there yet. But if that was happening, I would have been like, listen, you are in this energy, they're in this energy. Who reaches out first? All right? Because nobody wants to be pressured. Just relax. Do some breathe. Hey, Valentine 555. Hey, Gabriel Connor 3094. Hello. You're welcome, sweetie. Don't worry about it. We want to rush the relationship into marriage because that's something that is passed down. It's good. It keeps the person humble and everything else, all right? We build a life together. We have the same finances, the resources. We put the money in the bank. You know, we do things together. But the 5 is about changing the way you view things. You know, your counterpart, give them that space. They might not be marriage material yet, all right? Well, you got the 4, it's marriage material. Become a really good, responsible parent. But you got to understand that you have to slow it down, all right? So more or less, do they leave me feeling drained, confused, or diminished? Am I explaining myself more than I'm understood? You got that kind of energy, so just step back for a little bit. All right? All right, Leela. Anybody else has a question? I'm gonna keep moving forward. Cancer, woman, Gemini man, Valentina 55551. What does that mean? What does that mean, Valentina? You have a question? Go ahead. Hey, Gabriel Connor. Hello. Welcome. If you like this live, go ahead and drop me a fire. Drop me a new moon or some love. Love right back to you. May I ask a question? Absolutely. But Valentina 555, but Valentina said, what Valentina said? All right. Go ahead and ask a question. Valentina just put Cancer woman and Gemini man. Like and follow. There. Drop those hundreds. Drop those new moon. We in that new moon energy. And that is happening in Capricorn, all right? And it's actually right now. Well, yeah, a couple of more minutes. Valentina 555, should you stay with him? All right, let's see what the energy is. All right, Gabriel Connor, you said, what message do I need to hear at this time? Well, I'll be right with you. Let's go with Valentine. So you want to know about who? Your Gemini man? Oh, you're a Cancer. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and find out, child. Let's go ahead and do you that solid right now. Hopefully I get into a little bit about your triggers, right? And what you could do, how your response should be, right? So let's just work a little bit about that. Remember that the cards are not telling you what to do. They are revealing something that you're probably afraid to admit. So here, no fluff, no chasing, clarity, truth, cosmic energy. All right? As you surround yourself with the highest states of consciousness, as you vibrate really high, opening up new opportunities. You want to get stuck in this cycle. All right? This is the perfect time to set a new intention. And then over the next 7 days, do the application. All right, Valentine? 55555. Oh, I like that number. Let's go ahead. Let's hit that beautiful Tibetan ball to set that frequency. All right, we want to set a good frequency. All the vibration. Remember that the universe, it picks up on the vibrations of your heart. The heart is magnetic. The mind is electrical. You are a powerful spiritual being. Understand that people we all here to experience. All right, Valentina, you're going to be okay. Do you stay with your person? And then I'll move to Gabriel Connor 3095. Let's go ahead at this time. Do you leave Gemini or do you remain with this person? How do you communicate moving forward? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Gabriel. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, we have to be mindful that, we all go through stuff. It's not the love. It's that there are things that are outside of our control, all right? That's all. Let's go ahead. One more. So in this channel, you could expect lives more than videos. All right. So just come join me live and just take the message. If it resonates, leave it. If you don't, I'm not ready for that. All right. Some people are not just ready. They're not ready. They're not ever ready to admit some truths. It's painful. It's painful. It's painful for all of us. One more. Here goes the King of Swords. All right. One more for you. There is a high expectation here. All right. Your person has a very high expectations, but they're very short tempered. All right. And so when you have really, really high expectations of someone, and you don't follow through, look, it came out again. So your answer is yes. And then you're not going to do it. All right. What you're going to do is, because they can't predict. There's something here, because your energy shows up here. All right. Instead of you, because you don't want to talk about things. I don't know why. You don't want to talk about things here. You don't want to talk about things here, but you have to. Instead of predicting here, because you predict things or you know things, but you are scared to have these conversations. There's something here that you get suspicious. They time, this good energy, right? You suppress a lot here because, of course, your energy is all about, connecting to a higher level here. The triple goddess represents your true intentions, but not understanding their mood changes. All right? You keep things and you have to have the conversation, even if it's uncomfortable. When the waning, the crescent moon sits at the bottom, right? This is when all the emotions are really low and we feel empty, right? So you have to wait till we get into this waxing crescent. All right. And when we get to that waxing crescent, you feel full again. You start feeling more excited. And this is when you should reveal a lot of your true feelings. Don't hold on, because you're holding on to suppress emotions and feelings. And as you sit between these two black and white, because you could either say is that my person is a really, really good person, and understanding that nothing is perfectly good or perfectly bad. They're both. They might show you one because it's the two-faced energy where you have as you understand the two-faced energy. So nothing is perfectly black. So between black and white thinking, so getting rid of that. Either they're perfect or they're a terrible person. All right, either they love me or they don't. Either they need time alone. All right, we're dealing with a multifaceted, because we all got to deal with there's a lot of personality. There's a lot of things that they like to do. All right, which might cause you a lot of pain here. All right, can you keep up with their energy here, or overdriven nature? All right, sometimes I don't even think they could keep up with their overdriven nature. That overwhelms them too. All right, whether you want them to stay home, whether you try to make somebody to be like you, but what this is telling you, don't predict. How to find the middle ground here. All right, so no, so yes and then no, but you're not gonna do it. No, not until you get this energy. All right. Don't predict, don't assume. Your person is not a mind reader. Have the conversations. But how do I get that started when I have so much to say, right? How do I, because they show up as the best version. They're very enthusiastic. One moment this, I know what's going on here, because look. So finding the middle path and finding the easy way to approach the situation without getting carried away. Because this person, when the moon, right? You got to understand the crab, the way the crab works, and what happens in the fourth house. All right, understanding their fourth house, understanding some things about them, their birth chart. But when the crab comes in and releases during the quarter moon, all right, and it releases because it doesn't want to get tied. So there's a tie here. We all have a distant date with the moon. Understanding that, at least without getting suspicious. We all get suspicious when we don't really understand what's on the other side of the veil. There's something hidden here that is causing you confusion, and because you haven't really looked into yours and there. And so understanding, when you sit in the center of this energy, you become this, the good and the bad. We got them both, but you see them at different times. You're not going to see them at the same time. They could be hot and cold. So if that doesn't work for you, how to set boundaries. You understand? But this is a long process here, right? This is a real strong energy. So they present themselves this kind, nourishing, but then this other thing. It's like a robot. They change. They are perform. Because if you look at it, are we all performing here? So they know they know. All right. They could be your moon cycles. It could be your changing. Hey Tara, how you doing? It could be your moon cycles. It could be that's hidden here with their tech, because the Torah represents the first 5 books of the Bible, the Pentateuch, and it is encoded in messages. I don't know if you check their phone, finding the codes, because this has to be encoded, the Torah. All right. So there's a script here, but then look what it's telling you is don't listen to superficial information until it's verified. But we can verify the Torah because it's given to us, but it has a connection to the moon. So a lot of people, we are still uncovering the philosopher's stone. All right. So if you look at the sun and the moon's energy, how we let that penetrate you so you can move from the waters from within to align yourself with divine truth, and you start seeing the divine truth. You start seeing the true intentions of this person. I mean, I could go really, really deep, but I did promise that I'm not doing the educated tarot no more. But learning this is an incredible amount of information when you understand the philosopher's stone and how the Solomon Song Amon is encoded. There's codes that are here that you're not going to be able to find out what was, because now we look at the algorithm, right? And this got to be done in Hebrew. So you ask, right? The Torah codes. Was I married to this person? Why I feel so connected? Why I feel so drawn to them? Because you don't want to repeat the same karmic cycles, or you don't want to get stuck, especially under this new moon that we're under right now. All right? You want to be able to, not predict, because it's causing you a lot of pain. It's causing you a lot of pain. And I've been there. You don't want that no more. All right? You're going to have to, listen, when 2 people rise together, and that's towards the end. All right, when they're ready, when they align themselves, all right, with truth, with cosmic energy. So you really got to understand that. You understand that when you arise together, when they come and you find the middle path, when you arise together with the person. And I don't see that here. I don't see the judgment. All right? Nope. There it goes. When they arise together, they must meet together, right, to this calling. All right? And they probably on a different mission than you are. But are you willing? Because you could go through this for 30 years. 2, 10, 16, 30, however long you've been with this person. All right? It's not that the spark is gone. All right? It's that it's right now in the states of atrophy, which means that it's going through this phase where you got to find your higher self. They got to find their higher self. You meet again. But why I feel so connected. So the cross represents, as Mother Earth is bringing us from the equinoxes to the solstices, we cross ourselves with wisdom. So using your discernment, how do I use the moon phases so I could be more discerning? Because it's teaching you a lesson at the end of the day. You understand me? So don't predict. They're not a mind reader. Don't predict. You might think, yeah, they know what I want. They really don't have a clue, to tell you the truth. All right? They really don't. A lot of people will be surprised. You think they do? No. And if they do, rarely, because this is a lot of masculine. You got to understand, the feminine side of this is the eye of intuition, which is the left, and that connects you. This is what the cross represents. It connects you to the right brain, the left, right brain, the right brain, left, the hemispheres. So this is a deep card here. But anyway, and I promised I wasn't going to talk about it because it takes so long. So when you understand a little bit about the codes that are hidden, don't predict. If you get suspicious, don't nag, don't don't, because this like somebody's really, I don't know if it's him or you, somebody's very bossy and they could come out rude, but the energy is so, the energy is very high vibrational energy. There's a very enthusiastic energy. They like to expand. This energy is all about expanding and wanting to hang out, going out with friends. That's the way they are. All right. Anyway, I hope this helped you in this short amount of time. So don't predict, and understanding that, when you come to that place, if you really if you're trying to make a reality with this person, if they are detached or they call, but remember one thing here, that your insecurities, they begin in your head. You understand? You're insecure in your head, making it a reality. Remember that your person, like I told you, is not a mind reader. Okay, are you too scared to talk to your person to show them who you really are? Or they might show, it could be vice versa. All right? Talk with them, okay? They could smell your fear. They could smell it, all right? But I don't think they really understand it, when we truly know ourselves, all right? Okay, are you moving in together? Are they moving in with you? All right, what's the relationship going? All right, am I just a hookup? Where this is going? All right, but if they didn't want to be with you because they feel drawn to you because the energy is old. All right, the energy is old, so you're gonna feel familiar to them. All right, if you settling for me to be nice, saying yes to stay connected, you have to stop predicting. And then you don't get no more. Well, mourn if you're ready to move forward, mourn the hope, the potential that you have for the connection, not the person, because you're always gonna meet somebody, and we're always gonna go right back to this number 2. You got it? And then you're gonna go back to the number 3, and then when the love is healing, why they so good sometimes? Why they like this? Why? What is this? All right. But it's up to you because of energies. Oh, and what I like, you didn't get no. Well, this is a karma card. When the loop is broken, when the lesson is learned, and you're ready to heal. But that's not gonna come to later on. Yes, I've been there 30 years, so I know this Gemini very, very, very well. All right, and it's not until I learned this. All right, and here we go with the waxing and crescent moon and the evolution of patient with the butterfly, because it represents our ascension, right? And we have DNA here, but we don't know how much DNA we share with the right evolution of our mind. So evolution, basically, as a human species, that we got a connection in this right here too. So understanding the patterns, and understand not to get stuck in these patterns. All right, so been there, yeah, I know, been there. So do you stay with this person? Check their Saturn. All right, I'll check their Saturn. What's Jupiter at? Jupiter right now is, I believe, is in the 4th house, which represents your house. So it's causing. Uranus is there in the 4th house. No, Uranus is in the 2nd house, and Jupiter is this contains with this energy. It is in your 4th house. All right. So understanding that it's gonna bring you those moments. Yeah, clarity. Everything's going great. And then, you're going to feel stuck, but it's going to cost you a lot of, if you don't get clear about what you really, really want. All right? Because this should have been, man, it took me a long time to realize this, but the spark is not gone. How do I get this energy back, this enthusiasm back? It's a lot of work. We are very complex creatures anyway. We don't really understand. The alignment happens, and as I start seeing through my mind, my third eye energy, when that moment of awakening happens, when I got to get to know myself before I get to know others. All right. That is truly be enlightened, and to understand the connection and the sun, and the portals of the sun, the energy that's available to you as the sun and the moon align in perfect harmony, bring you this clarity, this moment of clarity, and they last very, very short. So we got to continue to put the work in. We got to continue to put the work. We don't want to do the work. We don't want to apply it. As soon as we say work, oh, I'm stopping. But you want a healthy kind of love. Gentle, calming energy, thoughtful actions with your partner, taking things slowly and finding a moderated path in love, balancing giving and receiving, extremely grateful. They're extremely grateful. This is extremely grateful. So it confuses the hell out of you. Oh, I've been there, done that. It is not everything that's happening to you, because some men, you could say, well, everything that's happening in my life is of my own doing, because it starts in the mind first. But if you have any doubts in your mind, you have to say them. Have the conversation and then leave it there. If you're tired, if you're drained, there's something better waiting for you. I guarantee you that. But it's up to you to release it. You can release it, right? As you embrace in gratitude for the lesson it has taught you. A lot of people, we're not ready. No, I don't want to release it. It feels so good because the sex is so good. The sex is so good. They leave you crazy. All right. So if you're gonna go by that, or you're gonna go by, what's right. Now this is time I learned my lesson, which is that they're just teaching you to be more discerning. All right. And my best to you. Okay, as you move forward, I'll give you a romance angel. And all right. You don't want to get stuck in these emotional patterns, all right? Confused. What should I do? If I move, would they go with somebody else? Or if they come back just in the nick of time, because they are picking up on your vibration. They are there. You got them in there telepathically, right? They are in your energy field, all right? And so when we all are energy and boundary challenged, all right? Learning how to cut those cords, emotional cords. One more. One more. One more. Oh, and thank you. Now, I don't want to cut the cord. It feels good. Let your friends help you. And yes, this is your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. That's the first card that came out. All right? So your twin soul. That's why it feels so like, wow. Let your friends help you and ask for and accept support from others during this time. All right? Seek groups. Because you got the Three of Swords. All right? So if you're feeling insecure, like I said, about the relationship, where they at, all right? Reach your friends. Find out people that have been through the same experiences. Find groups that share the same feeling, reciprocity. People that are, going to give you good guidance. Do not rely on superficial information. All right? Be careful. Find people that you could trust, friends and family. Share your experiences. It can be incredibly helpful at this time, sweetie, okay? Consider professional help, a therapist that can provide guidance, support during this healing process. It's not going to be easy. Join support groups, connect with others that have the same experience, similar situations, because healing is calling you, sweetie. All right? Create distance and limit your connection to them. Only if you could do it, because sometimes with children, we can't do it because we invested so much emotionally, all right? So avoid interactions with a person that hurts you, especially if they are a trigger to you. All right. Remove or minimize. Okay. Give items. All right. Social media. Okay. Block. Do whatever you have to do if you are ready to take that path. All right. But you'll know. Man, I can't do this no more. All right. But yeah, this is a kind of soulmate. But soulmates should feel they all are causing you at the end of the day. This is all for catalyst for growth. Remember that nothing is that happening in your life, but you get to end it. You get to change the narrative here, sweetie. All right. I thank you so much. I'll see you. Hey, my best to you, sweetie. I'm Gemini. Please, I need to know who is attacking me through witchcraft. Oh God, Roderick, really? We doing that again, Rod? What's up with that? Valentine, I wish you the best, sweetie. Okay. And if you ever need some guidance, I'll pull a card. Anytime, a message of healing, but it begins slow. Don't try to rush the process. Okay, sweetie, it's gonna be okay. I've been there. All right, I've been there 30 years, a little too long. On and off from 1990, was it 90, 92? 92 or 93 to 2017, child. That was a long, long time, or maybe a little bit longer. Yeah. All right, so don't worry about it. Listen, this is just gonna help you grow. That's it. Everything is for you to use your discernment. So it's teaching you a lesson, how strong you really are, and that nobody dies over love. All right. Roderick again. Let me take a quick break and then I go to Roderick. Remember that it all begins in your mind. Your person is not a mind reader. They might come off like that. They too busy. Talk, da, 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 da. So find compromises with them. Put in your two views. What are you, figure out what works for you, what works for them, and if you can come to some conclusion, you might not agree, then you already know, man, this is not working for me. Hot and cold, I can't do this no more. And really stick to it. That's going to be the hard part. All right. Sometimes we don't have to replace, right? It's like the snake. When the snake is in the lover's card, it's telling you could still use what's left out of the relationship, because the snake goes through the sloughing process. It doesn't turn into a new creature. All right. So still use that medicine. Still use what's left there. All right, it's useful. There's something still useful. We don't have to end no, we don't have to be enemies. All right, Gabrielle, I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. Roderick, I can't believe you still with that. What? Let's see. All right, let me go ahead with Gabriel. Gabriel, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Let me pin your message. Don't worry, things are gonna be okay. I'm gonna help you get to how you could respond. And if they would have gave me that respond message, but then you didn't get no triggers. You didn't get the 8. You didn't get the 8, and you didn't get the 9. So those are good signs. When you get the 4, right? You're the stability, the comfort. They say the right things. They behave when they know, right? But is it all them? Because 90% of the things we do is not really us. It's not, we are, there's influence. All right, there are influences. So you got to understand the new moon and how these moon cycles affect us, whether you understand it or not. But you don't want to stay too shallow in this channel. You don't want to do that. Okay, I'm not doing the educated tarot energy no more, but I'm still, of course, coming in here and there. It was taking too long, and I think a lot of people, I don't think they will really. I don't, it's take too long, So I just want to move the energy in a new direction, more of an inspiration and motivation kind of energy, and letting you know that your voice, what you say, it matters. What you have to say matters, and it might not matter to other people, but this will help you clarify things and get you in the right direction. All right. So make sure that you set those intentions, and over the next 7 days, take time to review things. Don't commit to anything if you're not sure. All right, I'll be right back for not Roderick. I'm here for Gabrielle. Gabrielle, I'm sorry. All right, Gemini, just speak it and understand where Venus is at too. We gotta understand where Venus is at right now, and that Venus is all in Aquarian, and soon the energy will move into Aquarius very soon. All right, so the energy will change, absolutely, and we are part of that field through this divine intelligence. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I am back. I was getting things settling in. So let's go ahead. Roderick, he retracted his message. Gabrielle, what is your message? Then I'm gonna go with Chola. Chola. Okay, let's see here. Uh, I like you too. Thank you. Okay, let's see. You didn't ask. Oh, so you said. Oh, what you said to me in the message? Let's see here. What was your question, sweetie? What messages do I need to know at this time? All right, just you want a message. All right. So I asked you, I got healing energy, Gabriel, Connor. I got healing energy. I got the what's the tea, and then I got the romance angel. Which end do you want? Or do you just want a or do you just want a tarot card pull? You want me to pull you a card or a few cards? Let me see what I got time for. I know exactly where you're at once I pull the energy. All right. So which one will you want? Yeah, I know you're still here, but what will you want? Which one do you want? Do you want romance? Do you want the healing energy? Okay. You're here for the tarot? Yeah, yeah, I see you, Troll. I see you. I see you. You're last, and then that's it. Nobody else comes in. I will be leaving. I'm usually here 4 or 5 hours. Let's go ahead. I move this a little bit. I don't want it to fall. Today, remember, you want a healing. All right. Today, remember that the moon is in the new moon we just experienced before we move into the waxing crescent. Waxing crescent. Waxing crescent. The moon is growing. Remember that. It was in perfect alignment between the sun, between the earth. And that alignment is about no action. This is a time to really get aligned, really get serious about what you want to bring into, right? This is about pause. Let me see what I want to do. Let's go ahead to the healing energy for you. Understanding the moon is very important. I'm not going to push that here because I think a lot of people are not really aware. I know I wasn't, and then I had to become a moon, as I become this moon specialist. But I'll be doing that in my other channel. Here, I'm just going to take some messages. Hopefully, let the cards guide you. They are not going to tell you what to do. They're just simply going to guide you into your true purpose, what you're meant to be doing, okay? If you're not already found it, if you find it, if you feel stuck, if you need some clarity, what responses do I give? A lot of us, we get stuck, we're not knowing what to do. I love them, but, I love my job. I love money, what kind of person, what kind of person is your person? What are the intentions? A little bit of everything here. The messages are basically quick. We're moving so quickly. And so you got to understand here, as my brain is moving this consciousness. Here we go. One more for you. Gabriel. One more. And thank you. All right, here we go. So you got freedom, okay? And return to the heart. All right? I breathe light and stick to the essential for my soul. The present moment, I'm calm. My thoughts, I focus on my heart. And I find space to be where my light and greatness are. I find peace and inner silence. In silence, as we find the softer point and the softer entry point into wisdom. All right, freedom. I release my wounds, create doubt, resentment. I release my wounds that create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. So this energy, there's something here that, it's revealing something dark. But see, a lot of times we trying to push out what it is with us, the human condition is that we try to choose. We try to choose between, because we try to choose. You're trying to choose between something that you can't choose. There's something that you must sit at the center of it and find that. It is everything from within, all right? As that light is within, you casting that light out and you move the waters of the world. And as you start connecting to your higher self, so this is about finding your power through chaos, confusion, light and dark energy, right? And not choosing the chaos and not choosing the calm. It's about for you to transmute this energy because you got the power to do so. You understand me? A lot of times, either things are like we go between these two extremes, black and white, where if it's not this, it's that. No, it's a little bit of everything. All right? We multifaceted that way. You understand? So even if it's in a relationship, all right, I don't know exactly what this is, but they gave me the heart. The heart and the mind, coherence. The mind saying something to you, but the heart is pushing you somewhere else. How to have those two, stillness. It requires stillness and letting life unfold naturally is what you need. Your mind is somewhere else, and that happens. How to practice mindfulness and how to use that technique to not to, and because this discernment is needed for every day to day movement, not just when we have big important decisions. All right, but it happens because you're. It's like once you believe something, you stick it in your mind and you won't let it go. Especially, are you an Earth sign? Because this energy, this could be an Aquarian energy. All right, for me when I get this, or Leo, we got a lot of light here. I have whiplash almost from coming back into myself. Wow, wow. All right, so this is heavy stuff. Hey, Joe and Boy. All right, wow, this is deep. All right, no, you have whatever. Oh, oh, that is everything. Oh. Ooh, we. You're very different. Wow. You're a Scorpio. Oh, okay. 'Cause you what? Wow, you could go through some dark. Yeah, all right. So well, okay, I get it now. Okay. I'm like, what? All right. So okay. No wonder we got the heart. Return to the heart. I breathe light and stick to it. All right. So what techniques are you using? I say Scorpion. Understand your energy. The transformation requires a level of risk and degree. Right? So your energy is all about transformation, but to understand the beetledom and predicting the future. There's something here. I don't know if you, because there's a lot of light here, and there could be a lot of misinformation. You're Libra rising. All right. So when we try to pierce into the future because we don't understand, there's things that you don't understand, or when we stay too much in the darkness, where we must sit in between that light and dark, because this is all about the golden, seeing the golden, not the light, because a lot of light, like really bright light that blinds you, it's not the truth. All right. Nothing is in that dark, and nothing is in the really light. You understand me? But at the end of the day, everything's energy, and it's your brain that's moving that conscious. You're very deep. You're very deep. Yeah, you're very deep. All right. I'm not. I don't think I'm there where you're at. All right. I'm not that brave. But kudos to you, Miss Libra Rising. All right. So let me see what energy you get here and what advice. So what is really going on here? I mean, when we look at freedom, yeah, when we look at freedom to explore, right? Because if you want to be in a because you're all about the heart center, all right, sitting at the center of your chaos in your life, finding you, because you become that third option, all right. But anyway, this is deep. This is deep. Yeah, this is. Let's go. I ain't even there. you taking me somewhere. Ooh wee. My goodness. Yeah, Scorpio. I'm like, what in the world? Ooh. You gotta be careful with yourself. All right. All right. Let me see here. What advice? Over this new moon energy that we're having, and for the next 7 days, try to focus on structure here. All right. So you don't get carried away with all that energy. All right. So you don't drift off. All right. And turn all that awareness in, and that intention turns into change. Don't try to change everything in one moment, because you might. That's what happens. All right. Here we go. One more. You're like that eagle that flies, and you pierce. You got the surgeon. There's a surgery. There's a surgery. All right. There is something here that's gonna catch you unexpectedly here. All right. But there's a surgeon. There's an eagle. Of course, you represent the eagles. All right. Let's go ahead. You got the devil's energy and the Saturn and the judgment card. All right. Returning to your body, coming back. And what's happening here? Hey, yeah, and I'm not normally like this. That's the new moon. That's the new moon. You gotta release when you arise. All right. Yes, my body is demanding. Stay right. Yeah, you have to. I've been getting impatient. Lots of heavy processing. All right. I really don't understand it because I don't really. I don't let. I'm in control. You know. I'm in this there's restrictions here, but of course you're looking at Saturn's energy, and he demands limitations here, cause it's like you want to go away, cause you don't want to do the work. It's like you don't want to do the work here. You got to do the work. You came here to fight this darkness, all right, and how to go, cause at a higher self, right? So we got this the mind, the body, and the spirit, all right. And this is what this represents, as we see here, a mother and a father. but they deposit themselves as a child. All right, and not learning how to use the, because listen, alignment requires action, effort. All right, so understanding that these two, right, the masculine and the feminine energy, and then working with your inner child, because the inner child, listen, the struggle at the end of the day is between the higher self and the ego self, because the ego self is going to say, oh, don't worry about it, you got this, go ahead. All right, when we try to do it from our own ego, from our own intellect, all right, you got to learn, let the universe surprise and engage. Whatever you're just stuck here, right? Because this is stuck, this is something of an emergency, of crisis here that is calling you, but you're going about it the wrong way, all right? So the higher self is going to force you to go down. The inner child wants you to parentate and protect it through the world as you ascend to higher. There's knowledge here that you got, but you don't have to go. You got to do the work here, all right? So I don't know if you're like pissed off or angry about something, okay? But anyway, this is going to demand limitations. This is going to restrict you. This is where you're here, especially with this new one in Capricorn, all right? So understanding that you're listening to Gabriel, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was somebody else. All right, so that's why I told you before, focus on structure, okay? Turn that awareness inward and that intention into change, all right? Especially with this this new moon lunar cycle. It's less about action and it's more by intention. So this is not time to force. There's outcomes here that you want to force. You want to see something here, all right? So this is not the time to choose, okay? This is the time for you to set that intention and plant seeds for goals for the future, for the upcoming. This is all about renewing and ending these old patterns, all right? You don't choose between the feminine and the masculine. You become that by connecting to the inner child, all right? Because the inner child, at the end of the day, the better half of our human nature are angels, and there's always going to be a hierarchy that's going to send you, go back down. You got to complete this mission. You are going to be bound and restricted here until you get this something. There's something that you got to get done. So you are protected because the inverted pentagram is the connection. Of course, it's a protection. But it's been tarnished, but it was used for what? For the protection against the ego. All right. So you're protected. So understand that there's something here. A while back, I went away. All right. And then they sent me back. I see my brother. Listen, y'all, this is some deep stuff. You brought me back to something that happened to me about 3 years ago. And I see my brother there, and they were drinking, and there was these elephants. I don't know if you see elephants and a lot of bright lights and a lot of cosmic. It's crazy. Yo, this is crazy. This is some stuff that I will shut down this whole life because I always go back to that. And they're not. It's not the time. Stop forcing this. You got to do the work here. You can't be all of a sudden go from 0 to 100. No, it doesn't. All right. So understand a little bit more about the devil energy and not to choose sides, for you to to truly connect to your heart when you have that moment of awakening, to follow your true, your spiritual north, is to heal the inner child. There's something here that you got to heal from the path. All right. And that's restriction you. All right. Because this is a short leash. Whatever you have to do, basically, whether it's money. All right. So let's say that I have a short leash on spending or where I go. But this is something here because this is something far. There's something, the underworld. We're talking about there's something. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to get off your energy because I can't even help you make it sense right now. You're going to have to go trust the process at the end of the day. You're going to have to get really, really real because you didn't come to choose sides here. It's not too light and it's not too dark. Finding the gray areas, the complexities of our human strangers. And when you get through those, right? When you get through those phases, all right, you start to understand, you start becoming one, right? Because at the end of the day, we got to heal the inner child, period. Yeah. So the struggle, basically your ego and your higher self. That's the struggle that you're having. So be surprised, do the work, and limit yourself here. And you it's like your spirit. It's like me and my spirit made a deal, and we're gonna go do this. This is something that you're allowing, and that is manifesting here that you shouldn't be. So learning how to cut some cords here, especially, and then welcome new energy. All right. So understand this. I don't know if you're a new moon baby or what phase you're under. All right. This is not easy when we understand the devil's, because nobody want to see it, but it's part of our true nature, our human nature. All right. And understanding the powerful sign of Capricorn, a grounded intention to kind of go orient to earth sign, using that energy. All right. And then, it's all about the Villa era, unapologetically you. You don't have to be ashamed and guilt and all that. No, we're not supposed to be conform. We don't do conformity. We're very unconventional, but of course the way to of course comply with the rules, okay, because there are rules here on earth. All right, and the devil's energy rules this earth because this is the way we understand ourselves in the flesh. All right. At our highest, we angels. At our lowest, we animals, and we're understanding our DNA, the codes that are in our DNA. All right, I'm gonna get off your energy. But it was beautiful. All right. So just try to do some meditation mantras and start speaking things and start changing the narrative here. All right. Just a little bit. Because I see you got the Five of Swords when I was shuffling the cards. All right. There's something that you're doing that you shouldn't. All right. Let me see. Just get some rest. Can you new moons? Oh, can new moons? Absolutely, because you're very emotional. What's your sign? Michelle B. 44. All right. If you're a mutable sign like Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, or then Cancer, because it rules Cancer, depending, it depending what's going on. But if you're more of a mutable sign like Pisces, Cancer, Gemini, or Sagittarius, it's gonna cost you the energy. All right, Roderick, let's go ahead. I appreciate you too, Gabriel Connor. Okay. All right, sweetie. Roderick, let's go ahead into your energy. Right. And a lot of times we think that's people doing stuff to us. It's not true. All right. If nobody else has a question, I will be leaving after Roderick. Roderick, I'm going to go ahead and pin your question and see why we still believe in these things, There's nothing else to keep getting. I hope in the next in the next moon cycle, all right, you learn to like this one here. If you practice it for the next 7 days, all right. I'm gonna give some at the end. Let me see your energy. Gemini, please. I need to know who attacking me through. How do you feel like you attack, or is this just in your mind? How do you feel? Are you saying yes to things? Are you saying yes to things? What are you saying yes to? Because remember, it all begins in the mind, and maybe you've done some things unconsciously, or maybe you accepted some things, of course, unconsciously that you're not aware of. All right, the people that you hang out with, right? It could be a guilt. All right, but what I want to know a little bit because I'm gonna pull it out here, and then what I want to leave this is what is the universe asking you to do? Like what? How do you connect more to your higher self, and how do you speak? How do you cancel? You got to learn how to cancel. All right, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's the moon. We go right to the negative, So it could be. All right. I picked up the cards, and we have. There's a demanding. All right, we got the Page of Swords, so it's asking you to really look at things through a different lens. All right. And so the Page of Swords is a curious. To me, something with curiosity without making the assumptions. You see it. Oh, you feel it. All right, good. So it's not in your mind. Hey, Jelly Beans. How you doing, Jelly Beans? So you see it. It's not in your mind. All right, let's see what the energy looks like for you. So you got 2 6s there. So leaving and healing from what's familiar. All right. There's a sense of responsibility or familiarity here, or it could be, I don't know, I don't think it's nothing. I got the easy breezy. All right, one more. I hope that you don't ask me this question again. I'm just gonna humor you at this point because I think that is something else that we're not understanding. There's something about you that you don't understand, and a lot of times we gotta have these high expectations, and when things don't turn out the way we want to, all right. All right. Yeah. There's nothing to be worried about. All right. There's nothing to be worried. I think for me, here what's happening with the Wheel of Fortune. This is just for you to get things done. All right. You got the Hermit. This is a card of you're reflecting too much of I shouldn't have gone. I shouldn't have done this in retrospect. When we start thinking about the past, the mistakes, the people we hurt, All right. It feels like that because the energy is old. When you're in this energy, right? Because when you're in this rescuing energy and you don't give yourself time to adjust, to let the emotions settle, when you're constantly in the race against time. Yeah. When you do things without really thinking about them, or when you say things and you don't follow through, or when you change your mind. So, no, this is the universe. This is the universe trying to get your attention here. All right. And it causes you, because you remember, you're Mercury. Your ruler is Mercury, and Mercury channels all information. So you'll be able to receive things. But if you're constantly, right? So the Mercury is telling you to try to channel all the energy inward, because the intentions that you have are good. There's a good intentions here. All right. The Wheel of Fortune, things are going to turn in your favor. But there's remember, the wheel's always turning at the end of the day. And so we look at the four sentient beings that are here, the four Yahwehs, in the connection to your water, your earth energy, something that you got to cleanse. All right, could be to the air element, cleaning that. There's a genetic memory here. All right, but this energy is not telling you that. This energy is telling you to slow down and to think before you go on the rescue. All right, or before you make these impulse decisions here. All right. Okay. At best, you got to learn basically, and I'm going to give you a longer message than this, so you don't have to ask me. I don't want you to live worry like that. I want you to free your mind, all right, from all the worry. So understand that even at best, we could say, oh, I wrote my book of life. I get to change the narrative. I get to move different. If things are not going right, it must be somebody doing wrong. No, stop doing that. It is about you here. You determine. You make those decisions and working on your impulse on what and checking your excitement, the things that get you excitement. All right. Look, we have this. All right. The group is of friends. Your social life. You listen. One thing about the Three of Cups, I spare no expense to keep this fun. All right. So it's asking you to prioritize what is important. This is a time to get really, really serious about what you want to do in your life. Even if you're in a relationship, are you trying to be in a relationship and still trying to have fun and do the things that you want to do? Okay? Because this is what it's saying with this energy here. All right? Because the Wheel of Fortune, it reminds us that life moves in cycles, right? And you got to understand that. There's nobody doing nothing. As soon as somebody asks me that, it's only in your mind. You thinking, look at this. All right? And knowing that when this wave of creativity comes in, it's cosmic fuel. So when you understand the infinity symbol, that represents what? A wave of energy that comes from the eye and searches what? The reflection based on the memory that you have, right? That you could see. Only you could see it, all right? So the perception is based on your experiences. But when you are tapping into the universe, the unknown, it's off the chain. So you're not really tapping into it. You're not really tapping it from this perspective here. And we are controlled by the five senses. When you haven't really answered your call to truly be awakened, to know others, to know myself at a high, man, this is off the chain. So if you're focused on building a legacy, all right, your daily abundance, whatever you want to tap into, to your true power, your higher power, okay? Every single moment of your life, all right? Every single day, you got to learn how to ride the waves, and you're not doing that, all right? You're avoiding something here, because at the end of the day, it came to teach you something. So when you understand this, all right, this is off the chain. This I'm hopefully to get you guys there, bringing you light from the inside so people see the energy that's going from. So really understanding, I took more than I supposed to, okay? So whatever that you're going on here, all right? So this card appears when fate steps in. Not force, but by alignment. You gotta align yourself and knowing that your mind is endowed with great spiritual and psychic powers here. All right. So there's love blessings that are gonna be happening for you. Things are gonna start falling into the right place at the right time. But understand that this is a karmic reset. All right. The energy that's happening. All right. So go with the flow. Say yes to the door when they open. All right. Not by force. To really be aligned, not to force things. You know, when everything, the process is easy. You got to really understand this energy, all right? So when it comes to love, there could be a faded media, turning point in a relationship. All patterns ending. Are you ready to release it, to let it go, to plant seeds, new intentions here? You're going to continue to. This is what's happening here. You try to juggle too many things, all right? So this is the problem here, All right. I don't know if it's making too many people happy, being on the rescue, saying yes to friends when you don't really have the time. You're supposed to be right now in this energy. So this is the old version of the magician, of the hermit. All right. Let me see, Jenny. May I ask a question? So there's nobody doing nothing to you. There's nobody. There's no mystery here. There's nothing. It's you getting to know yourself at a higher because you got all the tools. All right. So the magician understands the cosmic laws. All right, and because they bind us. They invisible because we're looking at the invisible life force. They bind you. They bind me. They bind all of us. But we're not aware of them. So if we flow with the energies and ride it, all right, instead of getting trapped in the cycles. All right. So you got karma balancing itself. So don't worry about it. A turning point that you can't control. You can just receive it. All right. So whatever you have happening here. Okay. Money, career. All right. Something unexpected, an offer that might come to you. Your financial ties will improve after the stagnation. So you're gonna be okay. All right. There's gonna be opportunities here. All right. Adjust your perspective is what they're asking you, because the wheel is still gonna turn. There are delays here because the lesson haven't landed yet. The lesson hasn't landed yet. All right. You're not being punished. Okay. We all get tested to see our strengths and our weaknesses. All right. Trust divine timing. Trust the cycle and trust yourself. So don't go around saying, oh, somebody cursed me and somebody did this and somebody did that. There is a demanding energy. There's a high demanding individual here. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if you got any people that steal your energy because you're giving your energy, all right, when you need that energy to grow, to build. And if you're giving that energy and if you're constantly entertaining because you spare no expense at this, all right, don't think that you're wasting money or whatever. Or time here is not going to go unpunished, all right, or actually it's not punished, it's to teach you a lesson, all right. But you get what you're going to get this back. It's okay. Nothing's never going to be. That's the whole thing. This is what we got to understand that the time could trap us. The cycles, if we get stuck in these cycles, that will trap us. You need to learn how to free yourself. Free your time. Really go deep. This is a time for you to reflect and to take time that everything that's happening to you, okay? Some of it is of your own doing and some of it is to teach you a lesson. All right? There's a lot of new opportunities here. All right. Just go back to the time when you didn't deserve something and somebody gave you a hand. This is a time for you to really wake up and do the things. Just think about when somebody just gave you something unexpectedly. Think about the good things. Stay positive here. All right. And don't fake it. All right. You got to really do the things that you came to do. All right. I don't know if you're burnt out. You're dropping the ball, avoiding a decision here. All right. Too much on your plate. So simplify. You're going to have to learn how to let some things go. Balance it isn't about control here. It's about flowing. Stop forcing things to fit. Things need to not fit. They need to be aligned. Okay. You're constantly changing your mind at the last minute. There's a lot of things here. And it is of your own doing. We are all at the end of the day boundary challenge. All right. Juggle your priorities. They gave it to you with the other card, all right? Adapt to changes. Remember, your energy is flexible. You're all about that flexibility, all right? Whether you're juggling work, emotions, people, relationships, finding balance during a busy, uncertain phase right now is what's important, all right? So, all right? And the next one, I'll give you more. That's it. I think that's pretty good for where we was at. And nothing's ever going to be. See, what happened is that sometimes we have these we got these rosy spectacles on that we say, man, the past is better than than the future. And the future brings us uncertainty, We need to start reflecting. This is a moment where you spend time and figure out, man, it's where I'm heading, like really. Look at this. All right. That wood element, that fire represents that dragon. It represents ancestors. This is given for us to get us back on track. This helping hand, this is to get us back on track. As the leaves they disappear, they reappear. You're gonna be stronger again. All right. So you're gonna have to make some pretty decisions here. Do I find my genetic memory? Do I cleanse my air? There is a strong air energy here. All right. So you could focus then to make clear decisions here. All right. The kings. One thing about the kings, they have to delegate tasks. They have to make informed decisions, life-altering decisions, but they have to do it quickly. They got to be effective. They have to show their positive side. All right? They can't be in this worry, oh, God. Right? When it's time to make decisions, whether it's collaborating, working with other people, showing your best positive attitude, even when it's uncomfortable. All right? This Three of Cups, of course, this is your third house. So what happens here, too, is that this fun cup here, I call it the fun cup, this celebratory spirit that you have, you're giving, you like to give, you like to, you extend, you're a little bit too loose with your money. All right. So learning how to bring some of that energy back. You could squander a lot of your gifts and creativity by being so social. So learning how to bring some of that back. But now that we have Venus in Aquarius, when Mercury goes there, it's gonna give you that time to network, to expand, it's a very social energy, and that's another air sign. So prepare yourself. If you really want to make an impact, a difference here, and step into your power, all right, you're gonna have to change some things here, okay? It's not that the universe, like I said, is punishing you, it's teaching you something here, and it hasn't landed yet. All right? I hope that helped you. Sometimes I go a little bit above and beyond because I don't want you to ask me that question. I hate, I really, when you start to understand yourself at your highest, you're an angel. When you don't choose sides, when you don't try to avoid the uncomfortable, the chaos. I just want the fun. I want everything to be like before. No, you will never be that. You don't still wear the same size of clothes when you was a young kid. You got to understand you're very adaptable. So find some flexibility. Find things that make you feel, comfortable enough, but to change as you go, as we move forward. Don't get stuck here. Don't get stuck in rigidity. All right? Understand the Hermit's energy. It's all about growing in your power, in your spirituality. Spending time alone will benefit you for this time, and it helps you connect to your inner voice. Meditation. All right? All right? Yeah, you do like giving. That's the only part that you got out of this. I want you to really take the message because you can work with this energy and understanding how to channel your energy. You got to learn how to channel. You got Mercury, for crying out loud. You're a genius. You like giving and let's go out. I got it. Now you got to stop that. All right? So knowing your subtle energy, okay? Stay curious. All right? And be reciprocity with your energy. If they're not showing you reciprocity, walk away because the Hermit says the energy is complete maybe in 2 to 4 weeks. All right? Something is going to be complete for you or sooner with clarity. So the Hermit gives you 2 to 4 weeks. All right? So if you stay if you stay in Hermit mode until your nervous system settles and you're no longer checking for signs or messages, all right? Or more importantly, until you can receive any outcome and remain centered, all right? The signal is time to step out. Okay, you're not rehearsing responses. You're not trying to interpret nobody's behavior. You feel whole, whether they show up, people show up in your life or not. It is about you to show up. That's when you engage, all right, with the world. With that being said, I hope it helped you, and I hope it help anybody here that comes in with that Hermit. How long do I stay on Hermit mode? All right, sweetie? Please don't ask that question. Get that out of your mind, and then learn how to cut some cords. If you feel like, right, in this moment, I cut all this cord and energy, I dissolve it, and I send it off. Send it off. It's no longer part of me. This is not where I'm going. All right? This was my past. You got to release it. The sooner, the more you embrace, and clarity comes back to you. So don't worry about it. All right? We all go through moments of uncertainty. Security runs very deep, which means that we all like to know when we're secure, when we're with somebody or we're with our friends, Security is the most important thing, that and love, all right? To be in a healthy kind of committed relationship where, it's reciprocity, where you're not breadcrumb. You understand? All right, sweetie, don't worry about it, Shola. Please get that. I want you to come in more positive, stay lighthearted, curiosity, that signal says safety, You're safe. You're safe. I always tell people you're safe, divinely guided. It is up to you to change the narrative. You don't have to stay in a place. You don't have to stay in that darkness. You create that. All right. Start seeing yourself for higher self. Start looking for your higher self. Start connecting with that higher self, the higher self, and your intuition. You got to understand how powerful you channel. When you channel your energy and you send that energy into the right direction, the powerful transformation. But it requires you to put the effort to apply yourself. It's not work. It's just an alignment. But you must do the work. All right. And I wish you all the best. Embody the energy, okay? Embody the energy, that calm, grounded, aware, and your value, okay? No chasing, no energy. I'm not chasing nothing, all right? What is meant for me will be with me, all right? They'll meet me here, all right? It's time, it's time. Gemini's really got to understand that, and so the sooner the better, the faster, and you'll be feel more whole, more together, all right? And so we got to be so many things anyway. We got to be cool, calm. We got to be brave. We got to be wise. We got to be a little bit of everything. So how to have more balance, taking away the things that are really draining your energy. All right. You have so much. There's so much demand. You have this high demand in energy. Whether it's a spouse, whether it's friends, whether it's whether it's the social scene. So really, how to step back. It's telling you to step back and really, really get in alignment for the life that you want to see and for the future. And this is where this waxing crescent comes in. You start seeing the future that you want. You're growing with the power of the moon. All right. And this is happening immediately after the new moon that we just experienced here. So you're growing, and so is your power. You create the life that you want. All right. That lasts us about 7 days. So use all that time. All right. Especially during this first week here. All right. And your intentions, they're going to start sprouting because you've seen it there with the Ace of Wands. So now you focus on nurturing yourself, all right? Or you get stuck with this dark energy. I promise you that. But if you start now, all right? And so breaking down things here for you. A little bit of flexibility, okay? I love you guys so much. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you. Hi. When will Deja get this visa country? Oh, not right now, sweetie. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Things are not like, yeah, they're never gonna be like that. We gotta get off that. Things are like, we start comparing so many things to the past. We get so nostalgia. And that's one thing about it, nostalgia. We could get stuck there, wow. So the thing here, the struggle is between you and your inner child. Parent your inner child, heal it. Find out what needs to be healing. There's a message that you must deliver to the world. Step into that power. Grow with this new moon. And set that intention for the future you want to see ahead. Name your pattern privately. Go in private, right? And really write, journal. Change the things that you want. What do you want to see in the next month? And you start seeing those things, all right? You got the power. You hold the power of creation in your speech. Remember that you have an incredible gift. I love you guys so much. Stay fly. Stay love. And stay grounded as much as you can. Commit to yourself and to the boundaries, all right? You date with intention. God bless you too. You date with intention, not confusion. All right? So don't force things. Don't stay where you're at if you're not sure you want it. All right? You require emotional safety to continue. Emotional ability, of course, boundaries. I only invest where my emotions are reciprocated. I don't stay in connections that feel one-sided. I need emotional presence, not just occasional attention. I want to accept mixed signals as a form of connection. No, hot and cold doesn't work for me. Thank you so much. I see you guys on the next live. Come join me tomorrow. I'll be going a little bit about the waxing crescent energy, all right, and what the energy brings you in the overall message. If you like it here, if you like the energy, drop a new moon, drop a heart, drop some fire. We're moving on stronger, all right, as we had this first new moon and the incredible, powerful sign of Capricorn, leaving us in this grounded, beautiful energy. And whatever we said now, the intentions, the seeds that we plant, that moon is telling you, my light, you're the seed of my light. So take that energy, use it. If you don't, it's there. Don't say, oh, nobody told me. Oh, no, I didn't know nothing. Please take some time. I love you guys. I always like to be a little funny. All right. I love you guys so much. Roderick, please get that out of your mind. The sooner the better. All right, get some books, go to the library, do whatever you have to do. All right, please do that. And just no more, no more. Just do some breathe work, some techniques. Just do it. Do it tonight. Light the candle. Let it go. Release with gratitude and appreciation. All right, son. I love you. Okay? All right, don't worry about it. You know, we all go through this. We all in this together. All right? Together stronger. All right? And this incredible, beautiful divine spirit of all there is, who enlivens all life and animate all things. It is our best interest at heart here. God of my heart, it is with the day that dawns ahead that I ask for your protection, your healing for all my subscribers here. May they be whole, renew, restore, and know that they walk in power and love and protected. All right, you seal in that light. You seal in that light. Believe that, okay? And more important, believe in yourself. Have faith in all you do. Strength and courage is yours. Ask, and the God will meet you with strength, baby. You better believe it. I love you guys. Until the next one, I love you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. I enjoy you being here, sweetie. Thank you.